Hi, this is Bill Murphy with MMORPG.com, and I'm here with Victor Kislyi, the CEO and founder of Wargaming.net, to talk a little bit about, well, Wargaming.net. So, Victor, why don't you tell us how things are going with World of Warplanes right now, since we know all about World of Tanks, but World of Warplanes is the next big thing, right?
Well, yeah, it's all about the company. A year and a half ago, we were approximately 120 people. Now we are 800 people sitting in offices in Minsk, in Kiev, in St. Petersburg, in Paris, in Berlin, in San Francisco, soon to be open in Korea. Like we have Vietnamese partners, Chinese partners, Singapore kind of initiative. We're pretty much global all around the world.
I remember it was not too long ago that you were just here with your laptop on your lap, nothing else going for you right now, and then bam, it just blew up, right? Everything just kind of fell into place.
Yeah, that was actually emotional 2 years, yes.
Yeah.
So the whole company right now is, of course, Minsk team is concentrated on making World of Tanks better, bigger, more enjoyable, releasing frequent updates, new tanks, new maps. Well, we're now working on a couple of gaming modes, and better graphics, better physics. It's going to be going for 5, 7, maybe even 10 years.
Yeah.
A separate team in Kiev started working on World of Warplanes like around, let's say, 10 to 12 months ago. So now we're looking at closed alpha version of it. We're not letting too many people in because it's still a little bit technical. We're still polishing a lot of control issues and some bugs and stuff. So we were happy to get 100,000 requests for alpha participation.
I was one.
Yeah, but unfortunately we can only let a small amount of people in. This time, test is happening in America on a separate server, in Europe on a separate server, and in Russia, of course, because World of Tanks, yeah, let's admit it, we were more testing it in Russia than like anywhere else. But now, the Americans, Europeans, have very good opportunity to give their feedback, how they want the game to be, what they like, what they don't. So it's moving like really fast and well on the right track.
Yeah,
we have 400,000 registrations for alpha already. Wow. So we're a little bit pressed to launch, let's say, something like beta, and we'll be working hard to make that happen somewhere around E3.
E3, okay, and then so is the game still on track to launch later this year, at the end of this year?
Yes, the Kiev team is working like one family with the World of Tanks technology and game design gurus. So we share the technology, we share like the principles, and they're moving fast. World of Warplanes are now in a stage after just 10 months, approximately when World of Tanks was 2 years down the development pipeline.
Wow.
So yeah, by the end of this year, if nothing horrible happens, we'll be able to present the finished kind of launch version of the product.
What are you looking forward to get out of alpha then when the testers get in there? Are they just going to be doing some direct play testing, or is it mostly about fine-tuning the controls and sort of the mechanics of the planes?
Well, all of that. Well, let's keep in mind there is some innovative approach to flying simulation, and of course we have to figure out whether or not our more accessible, like less hardcore and more like casual control scheme and the whole concept of quick 5-minute dogfighting without taking off and landing, how the whole concept works, whether people accept it. Well, apparently they do accept it.
Yeah, that's good. Is there going to be full joystick control and everything like that? Will you have joystick support in the game?
You can imagine with the amount of resources and devotion we have and manpower and everything, we can afford to include like all possible imaginable control schemes, including joystick, gamepad, a couple of keyboard layout kind of schemes, mouse and keyboard. Everything. Yeah. However, our default mode, that's the secret source for a flight simulator which is supposed to attract millions and millions of players across the world, not necessarily being virtual pilots or professional flight simulation players in their previous lives. Millions of players will be like guys a little bit older than probably school age, coming back home, and we want them to be able to just, of course, download the game, it's free, install it, and immediately jump into controlling this 3D environment. That's the tricky part. That's what alpha is, well, pretty much kind of trying to figure out.
Yeah.
And we're, yes, on the right track. I myself played flight simulation probably 18 years ago. And last Friday I shot down 3 warplanes myself, and those were real people, and I shot them down 3 in one battle. Woo!
So easy to learn, difficult to master, sort of what you're going for.
Yes, this is our motto for the last 3 years. Actually, pretty much any other company, any other game.
Yeah.
But I think we have proof that we cracked the code and know how to do that.
I think you might have, yeah. I think you might have. Now, how many, I heard a Baba Booey over there. I hope somebody else heard that. That was weird. How many planes are you guys looking to launch with, then, for end of the year?
For that kind of free-to-play MMO, it's, I can share a secret, a business secret.
Okay.
It's not that important how many millions you kind of pump into a day one, because we've seen some MMOs, big names, kind of pumping 2 or 3 million day one, and then gradually, kind of crash after a couple of months. That's a dash track. So we will repeat World of Tanks technique. First, it's going to be core, which is smaller than 5 million, but very devoted and evangelizing the game and community and everything around it. We launch like that, making sure everything's smooth, and then with some PR, some advertising, some marketing, we'll bring more and more people, like newcomers, who will be naturally assimilated in the community. That's how you're supposed to grow. However, we are really, really surprised and pleased to note that the numbers of World of Warplanes enthusiasts who want to join the beta, who are reading, writing and reading about the game, is much, much greater than similar stage of World of Tanks, especially in North America. Maybe that's because, let's admit it, tanks are more of a Russian culture thing or German culture thing. America is all about warplanes, spirit. It's in your DNA. Like you fought World War II in the air, big time, and you have 347 air shows taking place on this continent like every year. Mathematically, that's like almost one show per day, and museums, big, small, medium, private collections. You're crazy guys about warplanes.
Right, brothers.
So somehow, no matter how we would want to limit the number of day one, it's going to be huge. I'm going to tell you, it's going to be huge.
Now you mentioned about the difference sort of between Russian development and how the World of Tanks was geared towards those players, and now you've got this World of Warplanes coming out, and it's really kind of taking off with the American players. Do you find there's a lot of difference when you're designing the game then, and like how you're designing it for an American audience, or is it more of just you want the game to be fun?
Well, of course, that's what our trade is all about. Game development, you need to be able to figure out what your audience and what your market needs. We have huge advantage in World of Warplanes in comparison with World of Tanks. World of Tanks was developed entirely in Eastern Europe, and only that introduced to the West as is. But now we have 800 people in our company around the globe, and we have like 40 people team, 40 people company, wargaming branch in San Francisco Bay Area. Those are brave American boys and girls who are doing, ticket systems, community support, marketing, but mostly community and support. So yes, our employees in America are spending already months and months collecting that information, and World of Warplanes is being, we can say, it is being created and tested and will be launched in many respects with the help of American player base. Well, that's how we do it now, and we have much greater chance of hitting that American kind of soul with warplane, spirit.
Okay, I like it. I have one more question. Let's say, I guess in maybe 30 words or less, why should somebody who's always been playing like Microsoft Flight Simulator or this and that game, why should they be really excited about World of Warplanes over something like that?
World of Warplanes, it's a free-to-play game, so you download and play it for free forever. Of course, there will be some microtransaction options, if you would, but that's only if you really want to get competitive or play Clan Wars. And we'll have probably 2,000 or 3,000 actual warplane models all across the world, since the 30s up to Korean War jets. I don't believe any other game is so beautiful and has so many plane models.
Gotcha. And so everybody can look forward to hopefully getting a crack at the beta sometime around E3.
Yes, we don't have the exact date, but we're really working hard to make it happen somewhere around this free, more publicly accessible beta. And yes, by the end of the year, if nothing happens, we are on a good, reasonable track to launch the game before the end of the year.
Thank you very much. I know a lot of people are looking forward to it. Thank you very much, Victor.
Thank you.